Here with us is North Carolina Republican Congressman Dr. Greg Murphy. Dr. Murphy, welcome back.
Good morning. Good morning.
Kennedy received a warm welcome at Trump's campaign Friday. The Harris campaign downplaying the endorsement. In your opinion, what does Kennedy's endorsement do for the Trump campaign?
I think it brings it a little bit more towards the center. You know, the Trump campaign has always run very heavily to the base, and now they're appealing more to independents. And I think that's going to be critical for the race moving forward. You know, we've seen some of the folks you were just pointing out, some of the identity politics that are pushing into this race. My goodness, am perplexed in that. Are we voting for race? Are we voting for gender? Or are we voting for America? And so, you know, he's going to bring things back towards the middle. Does it change things completely? I'm perplexed about that, but it's an interesting and intriguing thing that's happening in the campaign.
So how does Trump win over those RFK supporters who felt disenfranchised from either party, from Republicans or Democrats?
Sure, and that's what they were. That's what RFK supporters were. I don't think they were for him. They were against the other two candidates, Biden at the time. And so I think he has to appeal to them. Look, is this about the country, or is it about identity politics? Is it about policy or personality? A lot of folks don't like Trump's personality, but if you look at anything, the policies have been infinitely better. And so, you know, Kamala's saying we're going to fix the economy. Well, I thought the economy was great under Biden. So I think bringing things back towards policies, and I pray that American voters look at those things, not the identity politics that seem to be weighing so heavily right now.
Let's talk specifically about your state, Congressman, North Carolina. Trump has made several visits there in recent weeks. He won your state in 2016. He won it again in 2020. He's holding a strong lead over President Biden for months. He was. Well, according to a recent New York Times poll, Harris is now ahead of Trump. It's still pretty close, still within the margin of error, but 49% to 46%. What does Trump need to do to win over voters in your state?
I think that's a reflection of the identity politics that are going on. He needs to visit and, again, push policy, not personality, because, you know, people can't afford the food that they could 3 or 4 years ago. And Harris is saying we're going to fix that. Well, you broke it to begin with. And again, you looking on the foreign stage, one of your guests earlier was talking about, well, that they thought Trump was an embarrassment. It's because he brought the foreign stage to its knees, put America back up front, where Biden was so weak. Of course, the foreigners love them. So I think bringing policy issues to the American public is going to be critical. But what's even more critical is, are the American public, is the American citizenry listening, or are they caring more about identity politics? And if it's the latter, we're really in trouble as a country.
Well, especially when you talk about the top issues facing North Carolinians, it's inflation, national security, healthcare, immigration. Somebody told me this yesterday. I didn't realize that in 14 days, absentee ballots will start going out in North Carolina. That's right around the corner. So how does Trump appeal to those early voters?
Well, I think he has to say, get out and vote early. You know, the problem is that so many Republicans say, no, I only want to vote on that one day. It's critical that people get out and vote. And again, care about the country, not the identity politics, which sadly enough, if that's the case where we're running down, it's done nothing in the last 3.5 years to help individual groups. In fact, in my opinion, especially with the economy, hurt so many minority groups.
Let's pivot to the southern border, sir. Trump spent time down there this week. He held a rally in the border state of Arizona on Friday. Trump plans mass deportations of undocumented immigrants if he's elected. He has said that for months now. You are on the southern border caucus. Is that what Americans want to hear?
It absolutely is. And sadly enough, somehow that issue, which was top of the ticket 2 months ago, now has been blurred out by, Harris's anointment. Again, identity politics are now surpassing all the other true issues of the country. She was the border czar as much as she wants to try to run away from that. And every city, every county, every state has been one that's been related to the border. And so somehow people are just forgetting that. I think it's very important that President Trump work on bringing that back to the forefront of what matters to Americans.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.